Rivalry week, one of the most anticipated weeks in all of football. Now who can forget about Ohio State versus Michigan, the Steelers versus the Ravens, and HAR-BER versus Springdale is no exception. With over 10 years of hard-fought battles, nail-biting finishes, and memorable moments, students are ambivalent towards the approaching contest. But this time around, Rivalry Week means something very different to the community.
Just another great night in the 7A West. Ashlyn Grace Brothers here, joined by Coach Bolin. Now, Coach, what have you learned thus far this season, and what does your team need to improve upon?
Well, I think right now you just got to make that stretch run. You got 7 games left. We're right at the top of the league, and right now is when you got to start playing your best basketball.
I'm sure this week you've watched a lot of film on Rogers. What have you been looking for, and what can we be looking for as the game progresses?
Well, I think the thing that anytime you start playing somebody the second time around, they start trying to do things different against you, play people differently, and then we're going to do some of the same things that we did. We sort of believe if it's not broke, you don't fix it. So we're going to go out here and play how we play and see what happens.
Any key players we can be looking for tonight?
I look for Tyler Garrett to have a good night tonight. Him and Tyler Perry both.
They always have great games, Coach. What's it going to take to walk away with a win?
Oh, I think we just got to do what we do. I think we've got to play good team defense. I think we have to play HAR-BER basketball. I think when we do that, we're awfully hard to beat. But, sometimes we get away from that, and then we struggle. So if we play HAR-BER ball, we'll be fine.
All right, some great sound from Coach Bolin. Thank you so much for your time. We're about to start the second half of the women's game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Last Saturday night at about 9:35 p.m., one of our very own passed away after a single car accident on Highway 21, 5 miles south of Highway 412. It's moments like these in which our two schools need to set aside their differences and come together as one community.
Good morning, Wildcats. Welcome to HAR-BER Wildcat News. For HBWN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
And I'm Sarah Gill. It's finals week, and because it's finals week, we are bringing you a very special edition of HAR-BER Wildcat News. This episode is 100% student-led, and that's right, you guessed it, we're live.
Our teacher, Mr. Sherman, has stepped back completely and left it all to us this week. There you can see a shot of our director, Brittany Lawson, and if you look into the studio, there's our crew, a little behind the scenes on what it takes to be on HAR-BER Wildcat News.
On today's episode of HAR-BER Wildcat News, we're going to take a look at Soja Swagel, one young prodigy. Plus, everybody knows him as the internet sensation Billy, but did you know that he's actually just right across the street at Helster Middle School?
Not to mention we will have a few short commercials making their debut in the next 20 minutes, including a public service announcement on the use of mental illnesses in our everyday language.
Today is Wednesday, December 14th, 2016. It's finals week, Christmas is right around the corner, and HBWN
starts right now.
What an incredible game by the HAR-BER men's Wildcat basketball team. I'm joined by Tyler Garrett. Now, Tyler, you guys came out on top and then went into the locker room, and when you came back, you guys seemed to just lie on the floor and have this sense of urgency and this chip on your shoulder. What was that locker room discussion like?
Coach was telling us how they was playing dirty and just play your game and be able to just hit shots and just keep playing basketball, HAR-BER basketball, and we did that at the second half. And I think we did good.
What can you take away from this game?
I could take away leadership and being a great teammate.
Well, leadership and being a great teammate, that's something you definitely don't have to really work for. You just naturally have that. It's been a great game. MVP right here, Tyler Garrett.
12 makes a statement both on and off the court, whether it's his constant encouragement or his basketball IQ. Zanking will forever be a living, breathing legend who bleeds blue. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. With college or a career right around the corner, many high school students are in a panic to try to save up money or make ends meet. But for Soja Swagel, that is no longer an issue. As if appearing on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire wasn't enough already, he actually walked away with a win and a $250,000 prize to prove it.
Hey Wildcats, welcome to HAR-BER Wildcat News. For HBWN, I'm Sarah Gill.
And I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers. Today is our 150th episode of HBWN, so we decided to make this a show all about celebrating.
We have special stories lined up on why we should hashtag celebrate HAR-BER. Some of these stories include what makes our football team different and what our alumni are doing now in the TV program.
Today is November 4th, 2016, and HBWN starts right now.
Basketball is more than just a team sport. It's an unbreakable bond between teammates who all share a common cause, each person wanting to aim high and walk away with a win. But for two Lady Wildcats, that chemistry is seemingly effortless. 24 and 25. Two twins, one team. Senior year. It's about fighting off tears and facing your fears. It's the incredible anticipation that these guys get before scoring a touchdown, or the inseparable bond that they form from the start of the season to finish. Tonight they face off against Heritage, and while it is about the game, it's also about the guys, the players behind the scenes and their hard work ethic throughout the season.
Eating local is one of the trends running throughout Arkansas, and what better way to support that cause than with one of our new and locally owned restaurants, Steelhouse Cafe.
Located off of 412 at the corner of Jones Road, people of all ages can come and enjoy soups, sandwiches, coffee, and just good old-fashioned comfort food.
Opened just this year, and it's already been nominated for the 2016 Fan Choice Award for Restaurants. Jessica Squires made a short trip down the road from HAR-BER to see what all the hype was about, and here's what she found.
Senior year is full of memorable moments that these athletes will replay in their heads a million times over. Some will go on to play college ball, but most will end with their senior year. Regardless, tonight is all about the impact that they have made on society and their team as a whole, leaving a long-lasting legacy. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
Sojas has always been an incredible student and a remarkable young man. From performing high on his ACT to appearing on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, he continues to amaze us all and set the standards high. For HBWN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
Now don't forget, hours of operation are from 8 a.m. through 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Be sure to visit their Facebook page, Steelhouse Cafe, and keep up to date with all the details in the future.
In other news, one of our more popular news segments is 1,000 Ways to Cry, where we demonstrate the various ways that HAR-BER High School students struggle on a daily basis. Ashlyn, what has been your favorite episode this year?
You know, it's funny you asked that, Sarah. I mean, I like all of the episodes for sure, but I'd have to say I'm a little old school. I really like the episode where Sherman gives out tardies to all of his students, because, I mean, one, he's notorious for it, and two, I think I would completely freak out if I got a tardy. What about you?
I really like the one where Diego is walking down the hallway and he thinks he's coming to a Thanksgiving feast, but it's actually just a Christmas party. It talks about how we rush the holidays. I thought that was really clever and really funny.
Absolutely. I mean, who can forget about that one? Now, a lot of people see the finished product, but no one quite realizes what goes on behind the scenes.
Students on a typical day put in 2 to 3 hours just shooting this, and then another 2 to 3 hours editing what you're about to see.
This particular episode features Diego, who wakes up late for Christmas, and what follows is certainly something that would make someone cry. Let's take a look.
Let's just say it takes a village in order to walk away with a win in the 7A West, and the Lady Wildcats are reminded of this feat on a daily basis. But Savannah Collins will go through many measures in order to achieve success, not for a personal benefit, but for the goodness of her teammates.
Resilience, revision, readiness, a modified attitude, and an adjusted endurance certainly put things into perspective for the man who has been there from the start. No doubt, a roller coaster ride since the beginning of his rookie year. However, Zane King, a senior, plans to finish strong. Everyone knows him as the athlete, the momentum, the playmaker. He's been through a lot in what a little life he has lived, but you can always count on number 23 to play hungry. It's that sense of urgency and little chip on his shoulder that has fans on their feet and ready to storm the court.